Hello and welcome back to Seagulls Social, Series 2, Episode 34, 2 wins in a row. I'm joined with the Standard 2 boys, Brian Ansett and Maz Mezaday.
Yeah, bloody
You've got to give us a bit more of a thing than that. Standard 2.
That is
who do you think we are, mate? Do you know who we are?
The Standard boys.
Do you know who we think we are?
Yeah,
mid-off.
literally, mate.
Maz and Ryan having a mid-off now to see who's the better.
Mid-off.
Elbrook versus Astrid.
Astrid versus Elbrook.
Oh, shit. No, how are you two boys doing after an unbelievable bank holiday?
Mate, I'm very happy. Very happy. Physically, I feel a bit shit, but you know, it's just life.
I'm fit and firing, boys. Not gonna lie.
No. Mentally, in terms of a footballing perspective, I feel top of the world, baby. We're flying, mate. Even like this is how mad it's got here. I was speaking to big up Caden, my cameraman in Brighton. Oh, yeah. I was chatting to him on WhatsApp, and I even said that we'll beat Man City. That's how far this has gone now.
Maybe just tile it down a little bit.
How quickly it changes, honestly. Literally,
this is what it's
3 weeks ago. Back on back off 6 losses, and then you fast forward, and then we're saying that we could beat City. But let me quickly go on to my weekend because this is insane. If my liver doesn't blow up by the end of this podcast, I don't understand how. So Wednesday I had off, and I literally just went to like Spoons and we played some golf. That was fine, very chilled. And then Thursday I had a big day sesh and night sesh as well. Friday another friend's birthday. Don't know how we done that. Saturday morning at 8:45 in the morning played in a charity football match. Got home, then managed to get back into Hove to watch the Brighton match at 12:30, and then had another friend's birthday. And then Sunday had Lucky Voice karaoke. By that point, my throat was screwed. And we'd done that with the cousins. And then yesterday was my dad's 61st birthday, and somehow I am still here to live.
You're still alive.
So yeah, it has been insane.
I can safely say after having experienced you drink, I would probably be dead. No, not probably. I would have been dead. After the first 2 days, I would be dead. It's not even a question. So
I don't know if it's sunburn or alcohol poisoning at this point, but we move.
Maybe both.
Anyway, speaking of Reds, see what I've done there? Let's move on to the first incident in the match. So I feel like Kulusevski done his bit before Mwepu's first yellow. So obviously Cucurella and Kulu came together, and Kulusevski hit back at him and almost clipped his chin. Whether he did clip it or not remains to be seen. But I don't know. I feel like if he had made contact with Cucurella, that could have done some serious damage, and 2, obviously been a straight red. But there's that line between the intent and also not hitting him. So the fact he didn't hit him, but I don't know, did he mean to? What do you boys think? Maz, I reckon you go first, mate.
Okay, I was going to say I've got my thoughts on this. So exactly what you said, Ben. For me, it's all about intent, because if you actually watch it really, really slowly, he doesn't really connect. So he's very lucky in that sense. I think that was his saving grace, the fact that he didn't connect. However, the intent was there. Do you know what I mean? He has
some proper power behind it.
Yeah, he's tried to physically hurt Cucurella.
It's not like a brush like that, is it?
So it's like you said, Ben. It's a tough one between intent and actually causing harm. So I don't know. It's a really tough one. I think, just personally, the yellow was the right call in the end. I think because if you see Cucurella, he does smash into him as well. Cucurella does do his bit as well. You got to admit that he does sort of rile him up a bit. He does smash him in the back. So you can sort of say that Cucurella has had his part to play.
Wound him up a bit.
If he got sent off, I'll be like, yeah, fair enough. But the fact that he did it, I'm still do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones for me. It's one of those where it could have gone either way. I would have been like, yeah, fair enough.
If you shot a bullet towards someone to try and kill him, but you missed, it's attempted murder, but not actual murder. Do you know what I mean? So maybe that's why it warrants the yellow card.
It's quite a good analogy, yeah. But for me, I think it was a very close call. But I think yellow was right just about in the end. But I know Ryan's got a different view on this.
I think it was red. I don't know. I just think it was red. Yeah, because he elbowed him, didn't he? He didn't try and get the ball, did he? No. Didn't try and make a challenge. No. Smacked him pretty much.
I feel like it did brush him as well.
He's gone for him. It's a red card. Any other day, any other game, that's a red.
I watched it back literally a minute ago. But yeah, he does. He literally brushes him the tiniest.
Yeah, and it didn't really connect with him, but I think it's still a red. But then again, saying that, we got away with it quite a lot. I think Mwepu could have easily been sent off. I don't think he did enough to get sent off in total. I think maybe the 2 yellow cards that the Spurs fans were a bit annoyed about. I don't think were yellow cards. But I definitely think, obviously, his first one was a yellow. But yeah, we'll go on to Maupay in a minute. But I think, Cucurella, I think it was a red. I don't know. I don't really see much else other than that. And me and my dad have been fans of football. Like, we're always like hard nuts on it. And I still think we both said it's a red.
Yeah, the Spurs are lucky that our players don't go down like they did. So imagine if Kane or Son was Cucurella in that situation and just got brushed. They would make such a big deal out of it. Yeah. Son particularly, because we've all seen what happened when he got like a ball really, really slowly kicked at him and he went down.
Exactly, Cucurella saved him.
Yeah, like if that was Heung-Min Son, I'm not just saying it, I guarantee he'd go down and make such a meal out of it and try his utmost best to get the other player sent off.
Every time I watch Son and Kane play, I can appreciate they're great players, but my God, are they cheats? Like they just dive all the time. It drives me mad. So yeah, Son 100% would have done that. But Cucurella saved him. He literally, if he went down and was like, 100% he's getting sent off. I mean, 100% he's getting sent off. And you don't really see Cucurella go down and dive too much. We don't really have too much of that, apart from maybe Trossard.
He did get his revenge though, didn't he? That is the tricky one. Like, I don't know if he meant it or not. I don't know. Do you reckon he meant it? You know, when they kind of collide and Cucurella steps on Kulusevski's foot. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Actually, I
didn't get a chance to see that. No.
Yeah, shortly afterwards as well.
Yeah, that was a bit nasty, to be fair. I don't know how much contact he made, but yeah, that was a bit nasty. So maybe
there's definite contact there, but it's just whether he meant it because he kind of ran in front of Cucurella, I think. But yeah, I'm not sure whether he meant that. I think
maybe less so than Kulusevski's though, because that was nasty. I mean, every Spurs fan that I know said it's a red as well. Like, I don't know any Tottenham fan that's actually said it's not.
My friends did for sure.
Yeah, I've seen a few defending Kulusevski, but yeah, I mean, look, I think with regards to it being like you just talked about Mwepu, Ryan, I think he was quite lucky as well in certain moments where he didn't do anything bad. Like, I don't think he did anything like outrageous, but it was just those consistent, fouls. And I think it was at the high foot as well that people were kicking off about, saying that
I'd see again. I don't understand how they have any grounds to kick off about that. Ben Davies comes from behind, and Mwepu's foot isn't exactly high. It's as if he's just trying to bring it down a bit, and Ben Davies just throws himself from behind. But Mwepu has no idea where he's from, so I don't really get that argument.
He's from Wales, mate.
Yeah, it's different Wales, but I don't know. I feel like maybe if it was one of our players, we'd obviously be trying to call for it. You want to get any advantage you can, but it is.
I think that's what a lot of people were saying as well. They're like, it's even, it's evens now. Like Mwepu should have been sent off, Kulusevski should have been sent off, so it's like evens. That's what I saw a lot of people saying. Sort of evens itself out. But I don't. Obviously, football doesn't work that way. Like if you should be sent off, you should be sent off. It doesn't really work like that. But yeah, I saw a lot of people using that kind of logic.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, exactly. Like
you said, Brian, we did get our luck back from, obviously they had the Kulusevski luck with him not getting sent off, and then Mwepu then does this really stupid challenge on Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and proper catches him as well. And you think, that should really be the second yellow, but he did get away with that properly. So I feel like the referee did. To be fair to him, he's normally pretty. I think it was Craig Pawsey. He's normally pretty naff from when I watch him, but he actually handled that half really well, I think. Anyway, I don't know.
A final thing I just want to say on the Mwepu thing is, I think Graham Potter, like for once, fair play to you, lad. He made a really good decision taking him off at half time, because that could have easily, he could have come out second half and he's an energetic, high paced player. He could have just done a silly little challenge and that's him off, and we would have been down to 10 men, and we probably wouldn't
have been so typical. Like a few seasons ago, he's our best player, comparing him to Yaya Toure the game before, and then we're like, he's going to be unbelievable against Spurs, gets sent off in like 20 minutes, which would have been so typical.
But fair play to Potter, I think it's the first time I've seen him do like a halftime sub when it's not been forced. So it's really refreshing to see him make a substitution, because he obviously knew that he was on thin ice and had to get him off. So fair play to Big GP for that.
But they did all play well.
So I was going to just say about Graham Potter, because I was going to say, I thought the first half, and the second half, to be honest, I thought it was just a tactical masterclass from Potter. Again, it's 2 weeks in a row now. Absolutely spot on for absolutely isolated Tottenham, completely made them irrelevant. And it was so well done in the way we did it as well. It was beautiful football at times. The way we're knocking the ball around, but also how good we were. In and out of possession was brilliant, and what we've really sorted out in the last couple of weeks, and I said it a few weeks ago when we were on our bad run, is how bad we were in transition with selling our centre backs and stuff, and how we're going to counteract that with our fullbacks. We seem to have worked out a medium here, and again, Dunk, Veltman, Cucurella, Lamptey I thought were really good. People questioning Lamptey maybe saying he's a bit out of form, but I don't know. I think just because he's not taking on players like he used to doesn't mean to say he's having a bad game. He's just not stealing the show. But I just think overall, I think Potter's been fantastic the last couple of weeks. And what really, really, really shows is I normally go to away games. Didn't go to Tottenham, but I will be going to Leeds and Wolves. But what really shows is how he comes up to the away fans after the games, and he just he really applauds them as well. At Arsenal, he did it. He really come up to them, and you can tell he really means it, And at Spurs, it looked like he did it again. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's getting what he deserves because I really like Graham Potter, and I'm glad. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, to organise a defence and to shut down Harry Kane like that and have him not have one single shot on target because they are so clinical. And obviously Son and Kane are like one of the two best inform attackers in the league at the moment. So to shut them both down like that, and Kulusevski as well, it's incredible. And even Sky Bet, they maybe saw the vision in it because they had done as one of their price boosts for Harry Kane to have one shot on target out the whole game. So that was like their price boost. And obviously he didn't have one, so they must have made a shitload of money and everyone that bet on that, and it didn't come in. So maybe they saw
that's a really good point, actually. Yeah, I completely forgot that Spurs had 0 shots all game. Like, that is actually mental.
On target.
On target. Sorry, it's mad to think because how potent, as you guys have just said, how potent their attack is with Kane, Son, Kulusevski on flames as well. Like, it's mad. And also as well, one final thing as well I want to say about Potter as well. I think the midfield three as well. The fact that he's now obviously Moda was really unlucky because. Again, boys, I love my stats. Got a really good one here for you, boys. So, ball progression, pass and carry, central midfielders, 21-22 season. So, Willock, surprisingly, leads... ball progression via pass, McGinn leads. And then ball progression via carry, Willock leads. But interestingly for us, Bissouma's right up there with the likes of just behind KDB. And Jakub Moder is just behind Kovacic's McTominay.
Really?
So again,
surprising.
That's and obviously I thought Moder being out the team, obviously missing, etc. Could be a big blow to us because we all know he is amazing. Maybe his goal scoring isn't, his finishing isn't great, but we all know how much he can bring to the team. And then to bring in Caicedo and Wepu obviously coming back from injury, and then obviously pair that with Bissouma's form, and we'll get onto that. It's just been that three has been just mad.
What I think has been so refreshing.
At the same time, innit? We've been very fortunate.
Yeah. What's so refreshing is again Caicedo. His work rate is unbelievable. He's literally up and down all the time, tracking back. I can remember a time as well where he comes back, wins the ball in midfield, then drives it forward again, gives a good pass. His work rate is so good, and it really, really, really benefits our midfield. And Maupay maybe didn't have his best game, but when both of them were on form against Arsenal, it's fantastic to watch. And again, Caicedo comes in. Brilliant from start to finish, and he was up and down. He was chasing every loose ball. He made everything his, and I love to see it. I love to see good working midfielders because that's what you need, and especially in a team like Brighton. We're one of those teams that has to outwork. We have to outwork the other team, and we've really, really got that in abundance now. And it's probably something that we wouldn't have been able to say. So for that reason, I would say, and not just for the Ecuadorians, maybe we could stat pad a few here, but the work rate of Caicedo is unbelievable, and I can see every bit of hype now as to why we've needed him because he's just been an absolute breath of fresh air to the team.
Do you remember when we signed him? It's like that the Sky Sports scout guy. He's like the chief scouting guy. For South America, and he was like raving. He was like one of the best prospects come out of South America. And we haven't seen it since we signed him, and obviously he went on loan to Belgium. And we didn't really see much because he was playing at like bottom of the league, Bereshut, whatever they're called. Sorry for disrespect, but didn't really see him.
Yeah.
We saw then a few like glimpses of it. I think I remember him like juggling balls over people and things like that. And then obviously he got recalled, and rightfully so. I'm so happy he has, but we're finally seeing that kind of potential that this guy, the scout, was talking about back then. Which is unbelievable. So quickly on Moda, Maz, you're obviously saying that he was really high up on the leaderboard. He didn't really like start loads of games either. Correct me if I'm wrong, but. So to be that high up and only coming on the subs and more recently starting a lot.
He's just behind Kovacic and KDB. And also as well, finally as well, for all the Grobe, or Pascal Grobe, however you want to say it, haters. Gross, whatever you want to call him. He's actually ball progression by pass. He's one of the better midfielders in the Premier League. So he's up there with the likes of Tillman. I can't even say his name. Tielemans. And it just shows that, again, Pascal Gross, everyone keeps getting on his
Pascal's
back.
been really good.
I really like him still.
Yeah.
I really
He
don't want
hasn't
him to
been bad
leave.
for weeks. Like, even in our bad run, Pascal Gross is one of the best players. Him and McAllister were the ones I'd said every week that had a good game. And again, he's still performing. I don't get the thing over Pascal Gross. I don't get why people don't like him. It's just so weird because he's easily one of the biggest Premier League legends in club history, but he's easily one of the best signings we've made in club history as well. He's been fantastic for years for us. He's going to go down as a legend. And the chances are he'll probably leave in the summer because I've heard he's probably on his way. But I don't get it. I don't get why people don't rate him because he's always top of the leaderboards for chances created. He's always top of the leaderboards for every stat you want to know. He's just top assister. He's fantastic. He's got good work rate. Okay, he might not be as quick as everyone else.
He literally runs that other 14 account, doesn't he? He's always on top of the leaderboard every single weekend. But let's get on to the goal, of course, because I mean, we actually did get a little bit of luck in that, didn't we? There was a few little deflections here and there. And then Christian Romero, who my mate rates so highly, and I'm so glad he kind of screwed up for that. He basically assisted Trossard.
But and Dyer as well. That's quite sweet.
I was about to say, Eric Dyer's still at the shops, I think, waiting for
Trossard to send him back to Portugal, mate.
Imagine being in that away end. Obviously, losing 3-1 in the FA Cup is like a really cold night, and then you're getting the sun on you, tops off, and then you see an 89th minute winner, and Trossard runs over to you, shushing the away home up in his ears.
This is a good one, actually, Ben. Two things on this, actually. So one, that Footy Limbs account, they called us out, didn't they? They were like,
they said we're golf
spectators. So saying that the celebrations weren't wild, which
really
I sort of. I not half agree with, but I sort of see where he's coming from.
For our standards, to be fair, our away fans are unreal. So,
exactly.
But it was a 12:30. Like, you're not going to be completely wasted like you're at Selhurst, are you?
No, exactly. And then the second point, also people. Again, I saw another thread. They're all questioning what is this celebration all about. Now, there's a few theories. There's a few theories apparently. Now, one of them I read was this is brilliant. This just shows like social media is brilliant because like everyone has their theories. Like your dog and their uncle have their theories. And this one guy was like, I've messaged Leonardo Trossard's mum, and I found out what it is. I was like, right. And apparently it's Trossard's son has asked him that like a superhero or some shit, and then so his son's asked him to do it. And
really?
Apparently,
I could sort of believe that. I could sort of believe that. It's believable.
Whether that random guy Jim69 on Twitter knows Trossard's mum, I don't know.
Know Trossard's mum.
But then I can believe it. Like it's quite specific, isn't it? You wouldn't do that for no reason. There's got to be a reason.
So on that celebration, mate, I left my friend's birthday on the Saturday just to go to Chalk in Brighton because I knew my Spurs mates were there, and I surprised them in there. And I've never seen so many kids that know Seagulls Social in my life. There's at least 5 lads that were coming up to me. I was going up to them the whole time. We were on this podium, like doing the 1-0. I'm not even kidding, for like 2 hours straight, doing that to my friends. We were all doing this constantly. It was absolutely amazing. And then
mate, when I go to every away game, this mad. Like, I love that. Mate, every away game, people come up like, I love Seagulls Social and love all that. Loads. It's great. Seriously, the little fan base you got is class. But
Spurs away, West Ham away. I showed a load of love. So yeah.
But on Trossard, I'm happy for Trossard as well. To be fair, because he went through a bit of a rough patch, and before we were talking about him for Player of the Season, weren't we? We were saying how Trossard's been by far and wide one of our best players, and he looks like he's coming back to that since we've been putting him up front. Yes, he got a bit of luck, but the way he took his goal was fantastic, particularly in the last minute. To take that touch and then beat Dyer, and then the finish was fantastic, as you say. I thought, it's his top scoring season for Brighton so far, isn't it? I think he got 6 now. He had 5 last couple of years. I love Trossard.
I love the guy's tweet.
Consistent with it.
Sorry, I can't remember who actually tweeted it, but he was like a Trossard playing left wing back, looking up one of the best wingers in the league, and then scoring an 89th minute winner against him. So what an unbelievable game. I think even like I'm not really into my Ultimate Team, but apparently like he might even get an inform as like a left wing back, but I don't know why.
Really?
But what an absolute performance from him. And our false 9 playing left wing back and getting a goal. So
mate, from everyone, like I can't say a bad word about any of the team. Last couple of weeks, we've been really, really that good, and that's what's so reassuring for us. I think is because before that, we were talking about where's the fight, where's the passion, why aren't we doing anything? We were talking about the midfield being lackluster. We were talking about the fact we can't score for anything. We had a poor defence. We had goalkeeper was, I said he was overrated, caused a lot of controversy. But now we've got everyone just playing for each other again. And it's almost like we went through this little dip and now we're back onto this high again. And obviously against City tomorrow, which we'll get onto City in a bit, but that could be I'm not too fussed if we go lose.
Yeah.
A few goals. Sorry,
You get the annual 4-0 5-0.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll get over it. But I just think, everyone's playing for each other again. And whether it's just because we've been playing 2 big games, but I think it's more reassuring to the fans in the fact that we're showing we can play like how we know we can. And that's what's so big to me, is we're playing football that we have played for so long and winning games again. We haven't been able to say that for a while, so it's quite refreshing to see.
Here's a big question, though, and it's probably time we should speak about it. Is the difference of us winning 2 games on the trot because Maupay hasn't been in the starting lineup both games?
This is a big question. And actually, as you say that, I found a quote from Potter about Maupay. I think Richie Mills tweeted it. Let me just get it back up again. But it was basically just saying about him being out. Yeah, shout out Richie, what a legend. Thanks for letting me write for Sussex Life, mate. I love it. But here we go. So it says Potter on Maupay. He's been fantastic. Of course, he is disappointed not to play, but at the same time, he's been a fantastic team player. He wants the team to win, and he's been really professional in training. So when he's called upon, he's ready to help the team. So basically saying he's happy to sit out, but I don't think he probably is. Whether that means he's going to get a go maybe against City, because we probably will refresh it a little bit. We've got a game on the Sunday, against Southampton. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did bring him in, maybe rest a couple of players against City, because the chances are we'll probably lose. Potter will see it as a free hit after winning 2 games in a row. But yeah, Maupay, it's a sticky one, because obviously we always say about how much he brings to the team, and now obviously we've taken him out and he's not actually been needed for the team. Whereas, I don't know, we've changed formations a lot. We've changed the way we play. We've changed with Caicedo, as I say, coming in. The difference in him is different. We've brought in 6 midfielders now with Bissouma, with Caicedo, McAllister, Gross. I'm missing someone as well.
As you say, McAllister, Bissouma.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, point is, midfield's been fantastic. Maupay as well, yeah. Midfield's been fantastic. Complements Trossard a lot. It's not. I don't think it's a fact of we're better without him. I don't think it's a fact we're better with him. It's more just we've changed styles and we've just accommodated without him, which is probably more credit to Graham Potter than credit to Neil Maupay either way or the other. I think it's more just we've adapted to something else and it's worked for a couple of weeks. There's no guarantee this works for the rest of the season. There's no guarantee it even works next week. But it's worked for the last couple of games, and then, if Maupay comes back against City and we somehow steal a 1-0 and he scores, everyone's going to be loving it again.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does, because obviously Welbeck's just played one half of football and then obviously gets Arsenal paid. I'm pretty sure
he's been good as well, by the way. Welbeck.
So credit for taking over from Maupay. But Maz, what do you reckon? Do you think Maupay deserves to play against City, or should we keep Welbeck, or would that be running a risk of injuring the injury-prone Welbeck?
Yeah,
touching wood.
I don't know. It's a tough one. I think Ryan's right. I think Potter will play like a sort of rotated 11, not maybe 11, but I'd see him doing sort of big wholesale changes just to keep the team fresh. And I think the way he'll look at it is like, right, let's keep our best players for Southampton, and sort of City might be a bit of a write-off. However, in saying that, to answer going back to the question of Maupay, I don't know. It's a tough one. Is he a system player? Does he benefit with certain different systems? Is he better with certain people alongside him? I think that they're all questions that Potter probably thinks to himself every day. And he's like, does he suit the system I want to play today? I think that's the key thing. It's like, because every game,
I think every player is a system player. Like the phrase system player, I think every player is a system player. Everyone plays different in different systems, right? And I think Caicedo suits what we're doing now the best. And that's what's really been the difference. It's got the best out of Bissouma. It's got the best out of Trossard too. But there's no guarantee that happens again. And I think, we changed system again against City. Maupay will be pinnacle of that, and that's what he's been. But it's just nice for him to not have that pressure to be the top man.
I don't think. I don't know if Maz was saying this, but maybe that's what I gathered. But that's more like he's never consistently playing in a 2 or on his own as a striker. Like we've had the conversations where we like him with Welbeck, and then we'll see it one game and it works really well. Then we won't see it again for like 9 games. But
that's the Prem, isn't it?
It's the Prem, and that's because Potter loves changing it. But obviously
that's true.
That is having an effect on Maupay now.
Yeah, but I think as a what Maupay can bring to the team, I think he's brilliant. Like I think his work rate, his off the ball movement, the way he brings other players into play. Like I think he's a very, very good footballer. Unfortunately, just at times his finishing does let him down, which is what
he's got 99 attack. He's got 99 attacking position and like 45 finishing.
Always goes back to goal.
It's just
always goes back to goal.
I think that's the biggest frustration as a fan, and I'm sure as Potter, as the manager, I think that's his biggest frustration with Maupay. Is like,
sure.
right, I'll put you on the pitch, you're going to get in the right positions, but are you going to score the goals? Maybe not. So I think that's his biggest headache when it comes to Maupay. But I don't think you could disregard the importance of Maupay as a squad player. And I think Potter's quote that Ryan read out just summarises it brilliantly. It's like he is a great member of the squad, and to have him there is brilliant. To have him as an option as well, like if he doesn't start, having him as an option on the bench is brilliant, because he might come on and pop a do a little bit of shithousery or score a goal, or he'll affect the game in some capacity. So
I've always treated Maupay as one of us. I've always thought he really plays for the fans. I think he actually gets it. He really does care. I get that a lot from Maupay, because even when we're in our down moments, a lot of these players, it is easy to go missing. It's easy to get away from the limelight. Maupay's always at the brunt of it, and I think he just cares the most, and that's what I like about Neil, and I think that's why I like him so much. It's just because he seems to have that one-on-one connection with fans, which most players don't really have. But yeah, I do like him, but yeah, we've been good without him, so there's no need for him at the moment. But that could change in a week, could change in 2 weeks. It might not change for the rest of the season, but I suppose that's the joys of football.
And I was, to be fair, I was quite surprised that when obviously I think we all thought Mwepu would come off for the half time, and whether we saw Danny Welbeck's number and not Maupay's number. I was quite surprised that. Thought maybe now it's time for Maupay to come back in, but obviously fair play to bring in Welbeck in. And yeah, I would be surprised if we see Maupay start against City, as we said, for fresh legs. Concentrate more on Southampton, I think, because that's where we'll probably get some points from. And then the other talking point, Yves Bissouma. He's loving life now again, it seems, isn't he? He was doing like the Olays with the fans right at the end with Billy Reid, like saying he loves Tariq Lamptey, saying he's the best right wing back in the world, or right back in the world. It looks like he's playing for the shirt again. And whether we were just kind of using that term willy-nilly or whether it's true, it does look like he's playing for the shirt again, or whether he's just coming back in form. And it's great to see. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Bissouma? Is he now playing for the shirt again?
I thought the celebrations at the end of the game showed a lot. I think the way he was really up for it, wasn't he? Which was quite good to see. But yeah, the thing he said about Lamptey, where he said he's the best right back in the world. Love that. But yeah, I mean, it's a strange narrative, isn't it, around Brighton, isn't it? There's so many split opinions on Bissouma. I still do think he'll probably leave in the summer. I've got that in my head. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a strange one, but I think as I say, there's a lot of narratives around, but it's good to see him playing again. It's good to see him happy again, because that's what we need at the end of the day. We need players happy and wanting to play, and otherwise, if you don't have that, then you don't really have much.
It's a bit toxic otherwise, isn't it? If you're playing someone that really you can tell, if you've got someone next to you that doesn't look like they give a shit, then it's going to have a big effect on you.
Exactly.
I think what we talked about earlier about the whole midfield trio now, like how they all complement each other and stuff. I think that's had a massive impact, especially in the last 2 games, on how Bissouma's played. I think that's really sort of allowed him to be his. Because look, we all
less
knew
pressure as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But we've all known, like, no matter what, Bissouma has an immense amount of talent. Like, he's a talented footballer who we know should be playing for a top 4 club, so to speak, or a bigger club, whatever you want to brand it as. We all know that. It's just whether if he wants to play well one day, or if he wants to influence the game, and if he's on it mentally. We know he can. It's just that sometimes he isn't, as we saw for the 6 games that we lost or 7 games that we lost. Yeah. He just wasn't there. Mentally he wasn't there. But as soon as that mentality changed and he was back to, I don't know, enjoying his game again and having Caicedo and Mwepu alongside him, it seemed like he was back to his his old amazing self again. So I don't know. I think he's just a very much a confidence player. I think that's everyone can see that.
He did get dropped against Norwich, didn't he? So maybe he's Potter's probably seen the improvement in Bissouma. So he's hoping that by dropping Neil Maupay now for the next few games, he'll see that same improvement. Obviously, hopefully we do.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's a lot of pressure on these players. These stand-up players in smaller clubs. There's a lot of pressure on them. You've got to perform all the time because the rest of the players aren't up to your standards. And I think that's what Neil's similar to as well. He's been out the team because he's been in amongst probably the most pressure. Most of our players have for the last 2 seasons in a row, 3 seasons in a row. He gets the brunt of it all. Basuma's had that for a smaller portion, but probably the last 3 or 4 months since January. So, it's just the fun of being a big player at a small, big fish in a small pond. It's just, that's how it is. But I think with Bissouma now, he's playing for it. Maybe we just put it down to the fact of Moises Caicedo effect. So I think he's
could
really brought a lot of energy and enthusiasm in. It's a new dynamic. But no, it's 100%. Good to see Bissouma playing again, and hopefully it has the same effect on Neil as well, as we say.
And towards the end of the season, obviously we got X amount of games left. I want Caicedo to learn as much as possible from Bissouma before he leaves, because I know you said you reckon he will leave. I 100% reckon he will leave. So I'm sure Maz does as well, and a lot of the Brighton fans. So I would just love Caicedo to learn as much as possible from Bissouma, because he is the perfect placement for Biz, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. And he's not only that, but he's also got the, we joke about Lallana, but the likes of Lallana and Bissouma around him, he's going to pick up a lot. I think that's been quite evident in the way that Caicedo plays. It is very similar to Biz. The way he runs, the way he comes back and wins the ball. That's so Bissouma like.
He's done it so many times against Spurs, didn't he?
So many times.
He lost the ball once, towards the end of the game, but he won it back with a
run straight back.
Tackle.
And he sort of slides in from behind. I know you're not allowed to technically do that anymore, but he slides in from behind and somehow gets round the front of it.
Yeah, hooks it.
And it's so good to see, because it's like, there's sort of like the modern day attribute that every talented midfielder has these days. You've got to be able to win the ball from behind without taking the man.
I'm pretty sure he did that for the goal, didn't he? Ryan. I'm 99% sure.
Was that the goal? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's one. Yeah, he hooked it back, won it, and then set off the attack. I'm 99% sure.
It might have been the goal. I can't remember if it was the goal or if it was another chance, but it was definitely to Welbeck. Whether that was the moment, I can't remember.
My Spurs mate texted me instantly after that. He was like, classic Bissouma playing against Spurs, like unbelievable, playing for his move away again, because obviously played unbelievable there. In the FA Cup,
that could be another sort of angle you could look at it if you were quite like a what you want to call it. I don't know what the word is now, but like you could look at it that way and be like, is he just playing really well against the big clubs, Arsenal, Spurs, because he wants to get a move to one of the big clubs?
Is that the biggest stage? Maybe.
Yeah, he knows it's the biggest. Yeah, exactly. There's going to be more eyes on the game. It's a 12:30 kickoff, live on TV, and I think the Arsenal game was also that was just 3 p.m. That was at 3 p.m.
That's just because he loves Arsenal, though. I think.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. He wants to get a move to Arsenal. But yeah, that could be another theory. Like if you want to get into your theories and stuff, is he playing against the bigger club? Is he playing better against the bigger clubs because to showcase his talents in the bigger stage? But
let us know in the comments below. Do you think he's playing for a move away, or do you reckon he just has found some love for the club again? Let us know. And then to wrap things up, because I know we're short for time. You will be hearing from us again probably on Thursday when we do this Man City match. So don't worry about
another episode coming out.
But we've got our annual drill-in against Man City coming up. Who's excited for that one?
Right.
On a Wednesday night, by the way. Cheers, lads.
I actually don't think we're going to get smashed. I think we'll lose, but I don't think we'll get smashed, because the way we've been under Potter recently, I can't see us getting smashed at the moment. I mean, maybe if we played them in that 7-game period, if we played them after Burnley or something, then I'll be like, oh, God's sake, then we're going to lose. But now I think we could play for a decent sort of 1-0 loss, maybe a draw. You know what I mean? I would take that with open arms.
We only lost 1-0 last year at the Etihad, didn't we? We could have.
Percy Tau had a madness. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Percy Tau. Yeah. He showed up.
Percy Tau. Be there. No, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to be negative at the minute, because I just think there's too many reasons to be positive, and I can't.
Let's talk about negatives though. Unfortunately, Bissouma has he's now got like 10 yellow cards this season or something like that, or maybe he's hit 20. I don't even know. Maybe that's capped.
Surely not.
Anyway, 20. He's got maybe it's 10. Yeah, maybe it's 10 actually, but he's going to be suspended for the next 2 games. So he's actually missing the City game. And obviously, and Mwepu comes back. You've got Caicedo. Maybe Alzate comes in if we were having that.
Alzate, McAllister as well. I think they'll still play, because we've got a very, very, very young midfield. I like our midfield a lot. Yeah, I always big them up. But we've got such a young midfield. There's so much talent in there, but they're all very young. They'll be able to play these games because they're not going to get tired. They're not going to be lethargic. I think they're just going to be up for it. We get to play City again. Oh, let's go for it. But
we're actually coming back. We're playing City on the back of a loss, which not a lot of clubs can say. So obviously they just lost 3-2 to Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. Will that play a part, or do you think they're way too professional for that to affect them?
Yeah, like for me, this big hype around. Like I saw loads of people going mad, like, "Oh, Liverpool just," when it was the first half and they were winning 3-0. I was like, "Oh yeah, Liverpool smashing Man City, blah blah blah," and I was like, let's be real, boys. They've rotated their whole 11. That was literally their second string. They had
saving their team for us.
Yeah. They're playing their best team for the league. No, but they're obviously playing for the league. They're playing for the league and the Champions League, right? They want to get the double 100%. Obviously, the FA Cup would have been a nice treble, but they are playing for the Premier League and the Champions League title. So for me, they're going to go all out against us. They're going to play their strongest 11. They're going to proper go for it. And yeah, I know, conscious of time, I'm going to go with a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Man City. So again, like Ryan said, I don't think we'll get smashed, but I think we will lose 2-0.
We'll see.
And Ryan?
Well, this is the last game before my little marathon of games. To see off my 20... I'll be at 28 games by the end of the season, which is pretty decent going. I think I've done like 9 aways because I've got Leeds and Wolves. So yeah, big little marathon coming after this. But before that, we've got to think about Man City. I'm going to go with a 1-0 loss and be positive, because I know it's not positive for Palace fans. Like, how can you celebrate a loss? But no, I think that if we lose 1-0 to City after having 2 good weeks, I won't be too mad if we lose, because we've had these 2 great games against Arsenal and Tottenham. North London's ours, and now we can go to Manchester and sort of chill. And I'd take a 1-0 defeat. I think that'd be fine. Yeah. I wouldn't really too mind about that.
And despite, obviously, I guess we got a clean sheet against Norwich, but so do most clubs, really. We conceded a freak goal to Arsenal, so if you're putting your fortunate Brighton hat on, we could say that was almost a clean sheet, because that was a very, very fortunate deflection goal from Ødegaard. And then obviously we lock up against Tottenham Hotspur, one of the best attacking teams in the league. So,
and we scored a lucky goal. Yeah, and we scored a lucky goal. You know, you make your own luck, right? We make your own luck. And there's no reason why we can't go into Man City and have a bit of luck.
And we love playing away from home, don't we? We're like 6th or 5th in the league for away games. 6th, yeah.
But we're not bad. Like, I don't think it's impossible to go to City and get something, because Palace do it. Palace have been there a couple of times and won. It's not impossible to go there and turn up. I don't think we'll win, no, but I think there's easily a point on the cards if we play like how we have been. There's no reason why they couldn't be, apart from the fact their team's worth a bill. But if it's the Etihad, because let's be honest, like 8 o'clock kickoff on a Wednesday, our Brighton fans are going, but who knows if City fans will turn up to that one. But on that, I reckon, put them some confidence in it, and maybe 2-1, 3-1 to City. Yeah.
I reckon we could score potentially.
I reckon we can as well. I tell you what though, actually, just on that, just before we end, I think what I've really noticed since going to all these big grounds this season is I get where this arrogance towards the small clubs come from. Now, when I was in the Championship, we'd go to all these away games in the Championship, we'll go to games in the Championship. We almost look down on the sort of Rotherhams, and we look down on the Burtons and the Lutons. But then you play against City, or you play against Liverpool, or Tottenham, or Arsenal. You can see where they get their arrogance from. You walk around this ground, right? You see the Emirates, right, in the middle of this street, and you just think, wow. You look around, you see their big, the museum or whatever, and you're just like, you can see why they just don't care about us. Like, what's Brighton in this game to them? They don't care. Like, it's mad. And then you just think, there's actually levels. And that's what I think City will have tomorrow. They're just going to be like, it's only Brighton, isn't it? It's not Champions League. Who cares? So they're just be empty.
I don't know. Pep's going to be playing. He's fond of Potter. I know they've had their
I mean the fans, not Pep. He'll win.
No, but I'm more for the team. I think they will try. They will put some respect on name. Pep won't let City think this is going to be an easy one.
100%.
No way.
100%. No way.
But all right.
Sorry. Just final one. Sorry, really, really quickly. Sorry, I was going to bring this up earlier, but I just completely forgot. Just quickly, really, like 30 seconds each. Do we think Webster will come back into the team? Obviously, he's been out. I know Cucurella's obviously been playing really well at that centre half position.
Good question.
Do you think Webster will come back in?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think he could. No, but I think he could start. If we're talking about rotation, it would be a good opportunity for him to start playing.
Is that the game you want to throw
shouting
into,
out Richie
though?
Mills though. I think he asked Potter how many minutes will Webster get against Tottenham, and I think Potter said like some joke being like, he'll probably get 10 minutes. And kind of just like, I don't know how many minutes he'll get, mate. It's probably rushing him too soon. So maybe a half of football, but does he make half-time changes?
Does he throw him in against Man City? I just don't see it.
I don't think so. I personally, I'm not a football manager, so my opinion doesn't hold any weight. But I personally
saving him for Southampton, maybe.
I think, as I say, that if it's not broke, don't fix it. I know we'll make some changes, but our defence has adapted now. We've worked out a system that complements it, and it works until this summer when we probably change it. But I just don't see why you'd put Webster in now against City, where his confidence isn't exactly going to be helped if you're coming up against Bernardo Silvas and stuff. So, they've just signed Erling Haaland, haven't they? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I personally wouldn't. Just for one, a confidence base, and two, the fact we've actually managed to work out a system that works. I don't know why you wouldn't. Yeah. Just let it go until it maybe dies, and if it dies, then bring Webster back into Southampton.
Yeah, all right.
I like it. There you go.
Let's wrap up. Obviously, boys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everyone listening, if you enjoyed it, and if you did, obviously, smash that subscribe button for good luck for 12 years. Comment below. What should they comment below?
Caicedo effect.
North London is blue and white.
Sure. North London is blue.
North London is blue and white. I think we might make that the pod title if not. And then obviously leave a review on Spotify and Apple because you're a bunch of legends. And we will see you on Thursday at hopefully 5 p.m. if everything goes to plan.
When we beat Man City.
Yeah, when we beat City. Peace.